Hey guys, what's up and welcome to this episode of Tech Stuff. Today we have with us the new Huawei GT2 Pro. So the watch was kindly sent to me by the guys at Huawei Singapore, so a big thank you to them for sending this out to me. I'm not being paid to make this review or say anything positive or negative about this, so everything in this review is my own personal thoughts and feelings, and hopefully you guys find this review informative and maybe you want to buy it, maybe not, but we'll see. So first of all, let's just go through what we get inside the box. Now, inside the box, obviously, you have the Watch GT2 Pro. Now, my first impression is obviously that this is a very beautiful watch, very sleek design, and very minimalistic in my opinion. Inside, you'll get a USB charging cable along with the magnetic puck. Now, this magnetic puck allows you to charge the watch wirelessly. Well, almost, you still have to use the USB-C cable, but it makes it very convenient to just snap it on and keep it charging. So first of all, let's take a look at the aesthetics. There are three main components in its construction: a scratch-resistant sapphire glass top, a brush-finished titanium body, and a polished ceramic backing. Now, the main body of the watch is made of titanium, making it strong and durable while keeping it looking sleek and elegant. The material is also made to withstand extreme temperatures, so it's great for outdoors and traveling. The titanium body is also lightweight, corrosion resistant, and has a brush finish layer as a form of protection from scratches. Now, the glass surface on any smartwatch is always a concern for consumers. Luckily, the Watch GT2 Pro is covered by a durable sapphire glass with a rating of 9 on the Mohs hardness scale. Now, these numbers might seem meaningless to most of us, but wearing this watch for the past couple of weeks, I've knocked it against many things and expected some kind of damage on it, but to my surprise, the glass was still as good as new. Finally, the ceramic backing keeps the contact on your skin comfortable for long hours, but at the same time, it looks great with its polished finish. So firstly, Huawei has its TrueScene 4.0 heart rate monitoring. Now, this is a newly upgraded version with lower power consumption and a more accurate heart rate reading. This measures your resting heart rate and monitors it throughout the day. It also gives you alerts when your heart rate is too high. However, I can't really test that out for myself because I haven't had a very strenuous week or done much exercise in the past few days, so we're just gonna have to take Huawei's word for it. Now, the watch also has a sleep monitoring function that monitors your sleep throughout the night, letting you know your effective sleep durations. It tracks your sleep stages and monitors your heart rate in real time. Now, I found the sleep monitoring function really useful. There are certain weeks where I just didn't quite feel like myself or felt that something was off during the week. Having a watch that monitors my sleep and how well I'm sleeping is something very useful. Not only does it monitor the duration of your sleep, but it measures how deep your sleep is as well, letting you know whether you've had an effective night of rest. Now, according to Huawei, a 5-minute charge enables 10 hours of usage, and a full charger allows you 2 weeks of battery life. So I've actually tested this myself. When I first got the watch, I fully charged it and it lasted up to 16 days and still came back with about 23% battery left. Now, this is pretty impressive in my opinion. However, through these 16 days, I didn't exactly use all of the functions very rigorously. I basically used it just as a normal watch. So I think the 2 weeks that Huawei has spec'd out is pretty safe, and you can honestly go 2 weeks without charging this watch. Now, one of the very cool things that I found about this watch is the stress monitoring. Now, I actually did try this out at work, and at certain periods during meetings or during heavy thinking sessions, I did see my stress level go up on the watch, and it was pretty cool to be honest. Now, to set up the stress reading, the watch does take time for it to measure your resting heart rate while asking you a couple of questions through the app. Now, this is pretty useful for some high-stress situations, knowing how well you've maintained your mental capacity throughout the day and how well you're able to cope with stress. Now, since we're on the topic of health, with the smartwatches of this generation, it's a lot more catered to sports enthusiasts or people who like to exercise. So it's no surprise that this watch has over 100 different sport functions that you might not always use, but glad it's there when you need them. It comes with 12 types of outdoor sports, including skiing, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, golf, driving range, running, walking, mountain hiking, hiking, trail runs, outdoor cycle, open water swimming, and triathlon. It also comes with 7 types of indoor sports, including walking, running, cycling, swimming indoors, free training, elliptical machine, and the rowing machine. So this device basically has most of the sports covered, except for a couple. I think football and soccer isn't one of them, and hopefully they'll integrate that in the future. Overall, the look of this watch is minimalistic and smart, and doesn't draw too much attention. It matches most outfits and styles, and is adaptable with the many different straps that you can remove and swap within seconds. There's also tons of watch faces to choose from, depending on your mood and style that day. You can even switch between some preloaded ones on the watch itself. Now, the bezel of the watch was cleverly designed as a time marker to give the illusion of a bezel-less watch face. However, you can still tell the difference between the bezel and the watch face at certain angles. So I know this review isn't very technical, but I'm mainly here to talk to you guys about my first impressions as a consumer. And to be honest, I think this is a very stylish watch which matches a lot of different styles and it's very adaptable. In terms of function, the ones that I really use often is firstly the message notification. I pair this up with my work phone, which I don't usually keep on my person at all times, and it's nice to have a notification close by so that I can pick up my phone and answer those messages. Now, the other very good function that I like is the alarm. Now, not being a morning person, I don't really like alarms ringing to wake me up, and having a watch that vibrates very slightly to wake me up is something very pleasant, and I really enjoyed it. Now, wearing a watch might not be very comfortable to sleep, but it's something that I got used to, and it's something I do every night now. Now, a few things that I found pretty annoying about this watch. Firstly, I didn't think that the watch faces stayed on long enough for me to actually read the time and the date. It goes away quite quickly. Secondly, the always on function is available, but it does cut your battery life in half, so that's not something very efficient. So maybe they can look into that, finding a way to use a more low-powered way of telling time all the time without me having to activate the watch face. Now, lastly, I'm not too crazy about the whole menu interface. Maybe it's my first time using a Huawei watch, but I did find the menu slightly confusing and certain items that were hidden away that I didn't find for the past 2 weeks and only found out recently. So overall, I do find this watch pretty cool. It is definitely a nice fashion piece, and it does all its basic functions as a smartwatch. But if you are a first-time user and looking for your first smartwatch, I would recommend going for the earlier models and working your way up from there. It's pretty expensive going for a newer model when you are a first-time smartwatch user. So I hope this whole video has been informative and helpful for you guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.